a water bottle that creates drinkable water from humidity in the air. No stream, no pump, no filter cartridges, just condensed moisture. Sounds like science fiction, right? Well, it's real, though, as you'll see, it has some important limitations. I spent the last 3 months researching cutting-edge camping gear that pushes boundaries, and what I found will completely change how you think about outdoor adventures. We're talking 2-story inflatable tents, cooking systems that'll make you question why you ever cooked indoors, and a security device that works without Wi-Fi in the middle of nowhere. But here's the deal. Stick with me until the end because I'm ranking these by value, and the #1 pick at the finale might surprise you. It's definitely not the most expensive. Let's jump in and separate the genuine innovations from the hype. Fontus self-filling water bottle. Alright, let's talk about atmospheric water generation because this technology is fascinating, but I need to be straight with you about what it actually delivers. The Fontus self-filling water bottle was a crowdfunding project from Austrian designer Christoph Retezar that gained massive attention back in 2016. It uses the same principle that creates dew on grass, condensing moisture from humid air using a cooling element powered by solar panels. Here's the reality. The prototype was designed in 2 versions, one for bicycles and a standalone model. Under ideal conditions, we're talking 86 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit with 80 to 90% humidity. It could theoretically produce about half a liter of water per hour. The challenge? These products never actually reached full commercial production. The Indiegogo campaign raised funds but faced significant technical and production hurdles that prevented widespread delivery. The concept is scientifically sound, but the practical limitations are real. You need extremely humid conditions, and even then, the water output is minimal. At the initially promised price point under $200, it seemed revolutionary. However, this remains more of a proof of concept than a reliable camping solution you can currently purchase on Amazon. The lesson here? Some innovations capture our imagination but aren't quite ready for real-world use. That's why I'm focusing the rest of this video on gear you can actually buy and use today. Speaking of which, let's talk about water purification, something that absolutely works right now. Lifesaver, Jerry Can 10,000 UF. This jerry can isn't hauling gasoline. It's purifying water at a level that most campers never even consider. The Lifesaver Jerry Can 10,000 UF eliminates 99.9% of viruses and bacteria using ultrafiltration technology. We're talking about turning sketchy pond water into drinkable liquid gold. The activated carbon filter handles the nasty tastes and odors, while the ultrafiltration membrane catches the microscopic nasties that'll ruin your trip. Each filter cartridge processes up to 132 gallons before needing replacement. That's months of camping for most people. The 5-gallon capacity means you can purify water for your entire group in one go. Here's my favorite feature, the optional shower attachment. After a long day on the trail, being able to rinse off with purified water is absolute luxury. Yeah, it's $331. Which isn't cheap, but compare that to buying bottled water for every camping trip, or worse, dealing with waterborne illness in the backcountry. This is the kind of investment that pays for itself in peace of mind alone. Now let's talk about what you're going to do with all that clean water. Cooking incredible meals that'll make your neighbors at the campground jealous. Incredible. Won by Mars players. Cooking outdoors usually means compromising on quality, right? Not anymore. The Incredible One by Mars players is essentially a portable outdoor kitchen that refuses to sacrifice anything. This isn't just a camp stove, it's an entire cooking ecosystem. The patented infrared heating technology distributes heat evenly, which means no more burnt on one side raw on the other disaster meals. The foldable panel design lets you boil water for coffee, grill steaks, and even bake, all from the same unit. And because it doubles as an infrared heater, you're staying warm while you cook. Anyone who stood shivering while waiting for water to boil will appreciate this. What really sets this apart is the community cooking aspect. The design naturally creates a gathering point at camp. The open cooking surface becomes the social hub where everyone congregates. There's something primal and connecting about cooking over an open flame, and this system captures that magic while giving you actual temperature control. But maybe you're more of a minimalist backpacker. Let me show you something that packs down impossibly small. Jetboil Genesis Base Camp System. The Jetboil Genesis Base Camp System is engineering brilliance disguised as camping gear. Everything nests together like a Russian doll. The 2-burner stove folds up and fits inside the 5-liter pot, which is then capped by the 10-inch frying pan. The entire setup, including the padded carry bag, weighs about 6 pounds. But here's what I love most, the flame control. Multiple rotations on each knob means you can actually simmer something without constantly adjusting. That sounds basic, but most camp stoves are either blast furnace or off. Being able to fine-tune your heat transforms what you can cook outdoors. Each burner delivers 10,000 BTUs. That's serious power for boiling water in just over 3 minutes. At around $350 to $450 depending on where you shop, it's positioned as a premium option. The build quality justifies that price tag, though some reviewers note the included frying pan's non-stick coating could be better. The versatility means you're not choosing between car camping and hiking. The packability works for both. The flux ring heat exchanger technology actually improves fuel efficiency, which matters on longer trips. Now, speaking of versatility, let me show you a cooking style that's pure Southwestern genius. Cowboy Wok Disco Stove. The Cowboy Wok Disco Stove brings traditional ranch cooking into modern camping. That satellite dish-looking pan is actually a 16-inch cast iron discata, traditionally made from old plow discs by farmhands who needed to cook fast and cook big. This thing is perfect for fajitas, stir-fries, or my personal favorite, butter-basted steaks that would cost $50 at a restaurant. The 8,000 BTU burner provides serious heat, and it mounts to either the included tripod or sits on any flat surface with its collapsible legs. The adjustable height tripod is brilliant for group cooking. Everyone can gather around while you work. But here's the party trick. You can suspend the discata over a campfire and cook with wood while the burner serves as backup. Dual fuel capability with built-in entertainment value. The modularity here is what makes it special. This isn't just a stove, it's an experience. And speaking of experiences, let's talk about where you're going to sleep after all this incredible food. Thule Outset. The Thule Outset completely reimagines rooftop tents by asking a simple question. Why does it need to be on the roof? This system mounts to your vehicle's tow bar, or receiver hitch in the US, creating a 3-person sleeping platform that sets up in minutes. No ladder climbing, minimal aerodynamic drag, and no complicated roof rack installation. The elevated design on adjustable telescopic legs means you're off the ground, away from mud and insects. But you're not doing gymnastics to get into bed. It sits about 21 inches off the ground, roughly the same height as a regular bed at home. The built-in 7-centimeter, about 2.7 inches mattress is surprisingly comfortable. The wheel design means one person can roll it to the vehicle and mount it to the tow bar in minutes using an intuitive lever system. What impressed me about researching this is the thoughtfulness. The kit includes proper wiring for lights and turn signals, a license plate mount, and a lockable hitch. Thule has thought through the actual ownership experience. At 70 kilograms, about 154 pounds total weight, most vehicles with tow bars can handle it, though you should obviously check your vehicle's specifications. Now here's the reality check. Prices vary significantly by region. In the UK, it retails around £3,500, in Europe, approximately €4,000, and in the US, it's been listed around $5,500. That's serious money, $2,000 to $4,000 more than many quality rooftop tents. You're paying a premium for the convenience and innovation, so this makes most sense for people who genuinely can't or don't want to use their roof, or who have mobility concerns that make ladder climbing difficult. For minimalists who don't want any structure at all, there's one more shelter option that's brilliantly simple. NemoScaler Multi-Configuration Tarp. The NemoScaler Multi-Configuration Tarp proves that sometimes the best solution is the simplest one. This isn't your grandfather's basic tarp, though. The scaler transforms from open-air shelter to 3-walled protection to anything in between, depending on what weather throws at you. Built-in G-hooks and webbing loops let you quickly reconfigure without fumbling with separate cord. Corner pockets store all necessary guidelines right in the tarp itself. No more hunting for lost rope. Pole pockets accept your trekking poles as tent poles, eliminating extra weight entirely. This is next-level weight optimization for fast and light trips. The first Light Cipher camouflage pattern isn't just aesthetic, it's actually functional for hunters and wildlife photographers who need to blend in. The materials and workmanship are typical Nemo quality, which means excellent. This isn't the shelter for week-long family camping trips, but for solo hikers or ultralight enthusiasts, it's perfect. You get maximum adaptability with minimum weight, which is exactly what that style of camping demands. Speaking of being prepared for anything, let's talk about security in the backcountry. Outdoor Guardian Motion Detection System. Here's something most campers never think about until it's too late: perimeter security. The Outdoor Guardian Motion Detection System uses advanced 5.8 GHz radar to detect movement around your campsite, and it does this completely off-grid. No Wi-Fi needed, no complicated setup, just instant awareness. The system includes a central receiver and compact wireless sensors that operate like high-tech AirPods. Place sensors around your tent, vehicle, or gear cache, and when they detect movement, human or animal, the receiver alerts you immediately. After testing similar systems, the peace of mind is substantial. You're not lying awake wondering what that sound was. The sensors store and charge inside the receiver, creating a self-contained system that runs for 30 hours on a single charge. That's multiple nights of protection without worrying about power. The IPX5 waterproof construction means rain and humidity won't shut it down. And the range is impressive. Sensors positioned over 100 feet away can still communicate clearly with the receiver. Is motion detection necessary for every camping trip? No. But for remote camping, especially in areas with wildlife or where you're leaving expensive gear unattended, this system delivers real security without complexity. It's straightforward peace of mind that lets you actually relax at camp. Now let's talk about staying comfortable once the sun goes down and temperatures drop. Black Camo Pro Heated Camping Mattress. Cold nights are the #1 complaint I hear from new campers, and the Black Camo Pro Heated Camping Mattress solves this in the most elegant way possible. It's a camping mattress and power station combined, with integrated water heating that keeps you warm for up to 12 hours straight. The system heats water to 86 degrees Fahrenheit and circulates it through channels in the mattress. It's like sleeping on a heated waterbed, except comfortable and practical. Reviews indicate this performs well in near-freezing conditions when paired with a light sleeping bag. That means less gear to pack, less weight to carry, and actually being warm instead of just surviving. The power station functionality is brilliant too. You can charge devices, run small appliances, or power lights without a separate battery bank. Everything integrates into one system. The mattress itself is genuinely comfortable, not just warm. Good insulation underneath means you're not losing heat to the cold ground. For anyone who's ever been miserably cold while camping, this is a revelation. The upfront cost is significant, but compare it to buying a premium sleeping bag, insulated pad, and portable power station separately. You'd spend more and carry more weight. Let me show you another comfort upgrade that's pure genius. BioLite Fire Pit Plus. Campfires are magical until smoke blows directly into your face no matter where you sit. The BioLite Fire Pit Plus eliminates most smoke while enhancing the fire experience with engineered airflow. Air jets powered by a rechargeable 12,800 mAh battery create efficient combustion that dramatically reduces smoke output. Burn wood or charcoal, your choice, and watch the flames through the mesh body that provides a full panoramic view. The battery runs for up to 30 hours on the lowest setting, which is weeks of campfires for most people. You can control fan speed manually via buttons on the power pack or through the BioLite app if you really want that feature. What makes this special is how it transforms the campfire from a smoky ordeal into actual relaxation. There's still some smoke when you're first starting the fire, but once the fan kicks in and combustion optimizes, it's remarkably clean. Your clothes don't reek afterward, your eyes don't water, the mesh sides radiate heat outward effectively. Plus, it doubles as a grill with the included grate. Cook dinner, then enjoy the fire. At around $250 to $300 depending on sales, it's priced competitively with other smokeless fire pits like Solo Stove, but offers more versatility with the dual fuel capability and included grilling features. The 20-pound weight makes it portable, but substantial. This is one of those purchases that immediately improves every camping trip. Speaking of things that enhance outdoor life, let's talk about lighting and power. Goal Zero Lighthouse 600 Camping Lantern. Lighting at camp is usually an afterthought until you're stumbling around in the dark. The Goal Zero Lighthouse 600 Camping Lantern is over-engineered in the best possible way. 600 lumens of adjustable brightness handles everything from ambient mood lighting to powerful task illumination. The charging versatility is what makes this special. USB for convenience, solar for off-grid sustainability, and a hand crank for absolute emergencies. That hand crank is genuinely effective. 2 minutes of cranking provides an hour of light. In a real emergency situation, that could be life-saving. The collapsible design is clever. Folded up, it's barely larger than a water bottle. Extended, it provides 360-degree light dispersion that illuminates an entire campsite. Multiple hanging points let you position it anywhere. At $69, this is one of those purchases that immediately justifies itself. Quality light transforms the nighttime camping experience from challenging to enjoyable. For those who hate bugs as much as I do, this next product is essential. FlexTail Tiny Repel. Mosquitoes ruin more camping trips than rain, cold, and forgotten tent stakes combined. The FlexTail Tiny Repel creates a protection zone using heated repellent mats. No sprays, no lotions, no toxic chemicals on your skin. The double-sided design with 2 repellent mats creates 360-degree protection covering 30 feet in outdoor mode, running for 7 hours. Switch to camp mode, and you get a 10-foot protection zone lasting 10 hours. The device heats to 329 degrees Fahrenheit, vaporizing the repellent effectively without open flames or combustion. But wait, there's more. And I hate saying that phrase, but seriously. This also functions as a camping lantern with adjustable brightness lasting 9 hours, and it doubles as a power bank for charging devices. 3 functions in one compact unit. The versatility here is exceptional. Reviews indicate this works effectively in genuinely buggy conditions, the kind where mosquitoes are legendary. You're not swatting constantly. You're not covered in greasy repellent. You're just comfortable. For anyone who avoids camping because of bugs, this device removes that excuse entirely. Let me show you a couple more accessories that solve specific problems brilliantly. Tailgater tire table. This tire-mounted table is one of those ideas that's so simple you wonder why it didn't exist sooner. The tailgater tire table attaches directly to your vehicle's tire, creating a stable work surface anywhere without requiring flat ground or a hitch. The retractable leg provides additional stability when needed, and the surface handles 50 pounds easily. Users report this works great for everything from food prep to actual vehicle maintenance. Having a solid work surface at vehicle height changes how you approach camp tasks. No more kneeling in dirt or balancing things on uneven rocks. Setup takes literally 30 seconds. At $139, it's priced competitively with regular camping tables that don't offer this kind of versatility. For coffee enthusiasts, there's one more accessory that's absolutely worth the investment. VSSL Java Manual Coffee Grinder. Manual coffee grinders have passionate fans because they're portable, reliable, and require no power. The VSSL Java Manual Coffee Grinder takes this concept and executes it beautifully. Stainless steel burrs and 50 unique grind settings mean you're getting genuinely artisanal coffee quality in a package small enough to clip to your backpack. The grinding action is smooth and consistent, no catching or jamming. Users report processing everything from coarse French press grinds to fine espresso powder successfully. The compact size with integrated carabiner means it's always accessible. Yeah, it's expensive for a hand grinder, but the build quality and grind consistency justify the cost. This is one of those items that elevates your entire camping experience, because good coffee just makes mornings better. One final accessory that demonstrates beautiful design thinking. Nemo Resolve Technical Day Pack. The Nemo Resolve Technical Day Pack series represents the cutting edge of sustainable gear design. Available in 15, 25, and 35-liter capacities, these packs feature revolutionary fabrics that provide superior abrasion and water resistance while being completely recyclable at end of life. The comfort is exceptional, thanks to well-padded back panels, shoulder straps, and a steel frame providing actual support. Vest-inspired shoulder pockets keep essentials accessible without removing the pack. The U-shaped zippered opening makes packing and accessing gear intuitive rather than frustrating. What impresses me most is the Endless Promise Collection concept, designing products with their entire life cycle in mind, including recycling. As someone who's concerned about outdoor gear ending up in landfills, this approach feels important. The pack performs excellently while being environmentally responsible. That's the future of outdoor gear, and Nemo is leading that charge. All right, we've covered a ton of ground here. Let me bring this home with what matters most. XenoNest 2-story inflatable tent. Tents have been basically the same for decades, until now. The XenoNest 2-story inflatable tent is what happens when engineers actually listen to campers' complaints. This thing addresses problems you didn't even know you had. First, the layout. Ground floor functions as your living room, gear storage, and hangout space. Second floor is your private bedroom. Having that vertical separation creates actual living zones instead of just cramming everything into one horizontal space. Most people can stand comfortably on the lower level. That alone is rare in camping. But the real innovation is the exposed air beam technology. Most inflatable tents hide the structural beams under fabric, which looks clean but creates a moisture trap. Mold City. The XenoNest keeps beams fully exposed, and every fabric panel zips off independently for cleaning. You can literally disassemble and deep clean this entire tent, which extends its lifespan by years. So after researching all this gear extensively, here are my top 3 picks based on actual value and real-world usefulness. The Jetboil Genesis Cooking System. It's expensive at $350 to $450, but the versatility, packability, and flame control mean it genuinely improves your outdoor cooking. The compact nesting design alone saves so much space. Number 2, the Outdoor Guardian Security System. Peace of mind in the backcountry is invaluable, and this delivers without requiring Wi-Fi, complicated setup, or constant recharging. Number 1, the BioLite Fire Pit Plus. Here's why. Fires are central to camping culture. And this makes that experience dramatically better for everyone at a reasonable price point of $250 to $300. Reducing smoke while maintaining the authentic campfire feel transforms the social aspect of outdoor adventures. You can cook on it, then gather around it, without anyone constantly moving chairs to avoid smoke. Here's my challenge to you. Think about your biggest camping frustration and pick one item that solves it. You don't need everything on this list. You need the right tool for your specific situation. Then come back and tell me in the comments whether it lived up to expectations. I read every comment and often feature your experiences in future videos. If you found this valuable, hitting that like button helps more people discover these solutions. Subscribe and turn on notifications because I'm constantly testing new gear and separating genuine innovations from marketing hype. The Fontus water bottle taught me an important lesson. Not every cool idea becomes a practical product. That's why I focus on gear you can actually buy and use reliably. Choose your gear wisely, get outside and make some memories. I'll see you on the trail.